Hello, my friends. My name is Gabriel. I speak some languages, and today I would like to speak a little bit about something that I find really interesting. There's just this myth, essentially, that only children can really master languages and adults can't, or variations of this idea. People are just like, oh, well, like I'm older, I'm not a child anymore, learning a foreign language is going to be too challenging for me. And I personally think that anyone can learn a language at any age. I know a couple really impressive polyglots who are a bit older and can learn and master foreign languages quite effectively. Okay, so why do children learn languages so quickly? And of course that there's perhaps the brain plasticity of children, so the biology of it, right? Children can learn quicker and so on. But I'm also going to put a couple things into perspective here. Now, let's take a language learner. Let's say that someone who's taking language learning a bit seriously. And this person is just learning about, I don't know, maybe an hour a day, 5 days a week. Now, think of the infant trying to learn the language, growing up, being exposed to the language 24/7. He's surrounded by his parents or siblings speaking the language. He's watching TV shows in that language. He's getting a ton of exposure. The infant's getting a ton of exposure to the language 24/7. And of course, the parents are there teaching them things, reading stories, talking to them, correcting them. So there's a lot of exposure there versus our language learner doing it 5 hours a week. 24/7, 5 hours a week. Now, one thing that we can do in order to compensate a bit for it, we don't need to move to the country to maximize exposure. We can stay at home and maximize exposure. We can be jogging and maximize exposure. You can be at the gym listening to audio content in your target language. You can be driving to work with a language program in your car. There's many, many different ways in which we can maximize exposure to the language. Also remember though, that children have certain disadvantages. They have a very short attention span and basically they don't have access to all the possible tools that you can have as an adult as you learn a foreign language. So in that regard, adults can have an advantage. If you have the drive, if you have the passion, the motivation, and access to great tools to learn a new language, you can succeed greatly. So there you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, good luck learning a new language.